Perfect. Awesome. All right, hold on one second. Okay, guys, awesome. I'm super excited. I'm Dr. Dana McGrady. I'm here with Rachel Ortense, the two of us together. Hold on, let me mute everyone and you can unmute yourself. Okay, good. All right, everyone. So I'm super excited. So one thing I've noticed in all of my time being in network marketing and having a team and managing people and working with people and recruiting people, right, I've noticed that in order to motivate anyone from the inside, you have to reach their heart. You have to reach their heart. You have to find what's going to motivate them. It's going to help if they see themselves in the big vision and they see things happening in their life for the better. And obviously I'm talking about recruiting brand partners. Then you'll be able to motivate them from the inside in order to motivate them to action. So for me, the only way to do that is people respond better to stories when you're trying to appeal the emotional part of their brain, right? So stories, facts tell, but stories sell. So when you tell someone a story and when you tell them, you know, your deep-seated reason why you're doing something, it's always a better way to prospect. So last week, Rachel and I gave you the prospecting, the 3-way call challenge. And I've been busy with 3-way calls. I don't know if you guys have been. If you guys are leaders, then you've been busy with your team with 3-way calls, or you've been busy getting people on 3-way calls. So I've been on nonstop 3-way calls, which I normally am on a daily basis with my team. And it's just magic. 3-way calls are magic. But one thing I realize is that when I'm talking to people about why they should join PRM, why they should join the mission, it's more about telling them the reason why I joined the mission. You know, I was a tired mom, working 3 clinics, needed time freedom, you know, crying when I get home and my babies were already in bed, going to work before they even woke up, just missing out on their little lives. Got pregnant with my 3rd baby and it was like I was overwhelmed to the max. And this opportunity fell in my lap. I was already on the mission. I believed in the products. And I recognized that building a residual income could be the reason, you know, a big reason how my family could get out of the financial crunch they were in, and that I could be a present parent. And I could go to, you know, plays and to dance class and take my kid to the park after school. And so that was appealing to me, you know, having 3 babies. So that's my reason why. And so I realized that when I'm telling people this story, in 90 seconds or less, it helps them to recognize that A, I'm a real person with real emotions. B, I was able to make it happen. So if I could do it, anyone could do it with my busy schedule. And C, they start to envision themselves in my story. And it kind of, my story helps them see themselves making it happen with Purium. So tonight, Rachel and I are going to go do a deep dive into helping you find a why, into helping you recognize that the moment you stop worrying about the money and start worrying about how many lives you can impact is the moment your business will shift. And then we're going to help you guys. We're going to do a mastermind roundtable discussion, helping everyone practice their why in 90 seconds or less. So Rachel, I want to invite you on because I want to hear your why, girl, and I want to hear your tips and pointers on what you do with your people so that everyone can get a well-rounded training tonight. Hey, girl.
Thank you. Thank you, Dana. And a lot of people can relate to the way that you feel. I know that if I was on the phone with you at that time before I found Purium, I could have totally related to you because I was in a similar circumstance when I was looking to work from home. I had just had my 2nd child, and I was in a little bit of a different circumstance. I was at that time teaching Pilates, doing massage therapy. I had clients. I was traveling to the city. And then when I had my daughter, Adriana, I was living an hour away from the city where all my clients were. And it wasn't until that moment that I hired a babysitter to watch the kids for $13 an hour, which wasn't much at all, but she still was $13 an hour. And then I was taking the bus into the city to train my clients and to see my clients. It was an hour there, plus I had to get on the subway to get there. So then I might see a client or two right in a row, but then there might be a gap or two. And linear income, you're not getting paid for that gap. You know, you're only getting paid for the time that you're working with your client. So during that time, I was like, well, I got to go eat something. So I'm spending money on food. And then, you know, I might be making $150 an hour per client, but then by the time I take the bus back home, pay for travel, I spent 6 or 7 hours on a babysitter. So what's 13 times 7? I'm so bad at math. I have to look this up. Anybody want to shout that out? Okay, so $91, almost $100. So $100 plus my bus fare, which was $15 each way, plus my subway ticket. So that's an extra $5. So here I am spending close to plus lunch, close to $200 just to go into the city. There was one day when and this is not my why, I'm telling you the long version, but I was on my way into the city and it was raining. And that's when I had this huge aha moment, because somebody had already prospected me for my first company, and they planted the seed in my head saying, you can make residual income, meaning you work your arse off. That's the Irish word for ass. You work your arse off and you push that boulder up a hill as hard as you possibly can for a short amount of time. And then that boulder is going to roll down the hill. And once you do that, all of your effort's going to pay off and you'll get paid in your sleep. And that to me was like music to my ears on the way to the city in the pouring rain while my babies, my infants were home being watched by someone else. And I had to I was pumping my milk, leaving that at home, and then coming home to a job that sucked. Like the house was not the way I would have left it. And my kids were missing me and I was missing them, you know, and I'm like, there's gotta be a better way. Like, what the heck am I doing wrong? And then I thought, this has got to be the answer. Like, network marketing has got to be the answer for me. And that's when it really hit me like a ton of bricks. So this is my why. So growing up, I knew I was different. I thought I was bad. I thought I was the black sheep. Like, I wanted to do everything. I knew I always wanted to be in wellness because I loved the healing arts. I loved the healing arts. I knew I wanted to be in wellness. I always dreamed of owning my own wellness center. But, you know, I just didn't understand that I was an entrepreneur. I had no idea. It was like coming out of the closet, like being gay. Like, I had no idea that I was an entrepreneur. No clue. I just thought something was wrong with me. I couldn't hold down a job. I went from job to this job. I would get bored and work 2 years with this job. That was the most, you know, I think the longest job I ever had was actually working in nightclubs. And that to me was like, that was total ADD, like, you know, it appealed to me in a lot of ways because it was easy money. It was always like, there was always something going on, the big lights, it was fun. But I always had a job during the day. And the jobs during the day I could never keep. I just never felt satisfied. And so then I decided, well, I got to work for myself. I still didn't understand the entrepreneur thing because I was doing the linear income thing. And so it wasn't until I had the kids that I had that aha moment where I was like, I cannot work for someone else and for them to dictate who to spend my time with. If my kid was sick, I couldn't spend time with them. I couldn't go home with them. I couldn't even imagine like having to ask for time off or for someone to just run my life, that I had to ask them how to run my life. I would have rather been choked and pushed underwater to have that happen to me. And so that's when I realized, when I was introduced to network marketing, that's when I realized that I was an entrepreneur, that this whole time, there wasn't anything wrong with me. I wasn't a black sheep. I was actually someone special. I was someone that wanted something more, that I was valued. I valued myself more than what some salary could dictate my worth was. I was worth more than $75,000 a year. I was worth more than $100,000 a year. I was worth more than $300,000 a year. That's what I was making at my last pharmaceutical job, which I absolutely hated. I would have rather stabbed myself in the eyeball with an ice pick to be staying at that job. So it just shows you money is that's not the answer. You know, it's what do you value your life? What do you value your time at? And is it okay for someone to dictate and put a value on your time and your worth and your gifts? And so at that very moment, I realized my why is to never, ever be at the mercy of someone who's going to tell me how to spend my time and who to spend my time with. And also to prove to the world that I was deserving, that I was a black sheep, but I was a valuable black sheep, and that I had gifts to share with the world. And that I wanted to empower people and prove the naysayers wrong about network marketing. So that is my why in more than 90 minutes. I'm sorry, 90 seconds. I'm sorry.
So we all know that people join people, right? They don't join companies, they join people. So one thing you just did, Rachel, is you made every single one of us love you, right? And love you as a person and want to be a part of what you're a part of, right? So you showed us that what network marketing isn't just a job, it's something bigger. And we know that time, freedom, time is the best currency on the planet for any person. So it's what do they value? The time with their family, you know, ability to go on vacations, ability to, you know, have residual income. And so what we want to do tonight is help you guys to reach the emotional component when you're prospecting for brand partners, because that's the only way you're going to get residual income is brand partners. So last week we did how do you sell a launch pack. This week we want you to be relatable and reach their emotional part of their brain and help them to want to join you. So Rachel, in 90 seconds or less, give me your why. 1, 2, 3, go. You're being timed.
My why. Okay. Where's the timer?
90 seconds or less. Go.
Okay. So my why is to prove to really deep down inside is to prove to myself and to prove to others around me that you have an opportunity to bring your gifts to the world and to prove your value in the marketplace and to be able to empower others to discover those same exact gifts. Because, well, what am I time at? I'm sorry. I don't see the timer.
Go.
Making me nervous.
You've got this, sister.
Because I will never allow someone to put a time restraint or to be able to tell me who or where I need to spend my time with.
Perfect.
Was that was like under 90 seconds, right?
That was like 60 seconds. So
okay.
So
okay.
The point is you want anyone that's a prospect. Say you're talking to a yoga instructor and she's thinking about being an entrepreneur. She wants an extra income. I had a great 3-way call with a yoga instructor today. And so the fact is you want to get them to feel something and at the same time realize that you believe in them, right? And that they can do it because you're doing it. So what I want all of you guys to do is get your paper out. I want you to write down 3 to 5 main points of your why. What are your 3 to 5 main points that you want people to hear? And then whatever you can do to break that down into 90 seconds. And we're going to accept some volunteers, you know, so that we can go through it together. because the key is helping them to not only see the facts of why Purium's awesome. You know, obviously we know top 5,000 lists 4 years in a row, organics, the trend is your friend, great owners, mission-based company. All of that stuff is stuff that every single one of us is very proud of. And so sometimes when we're talking to a prospect, that's all we focus on, instead of focusing on the purpose, right? Purpose-driven prospecting is all about what they can change in their life, how they can achieve the emotional components, how they can enrich their life and make their life better. And so you have to tell them how it made your life better. Why are you doing this? You know, what are you doing? What are you doing this for? And they need to know and feel it in your heart on the reason why this has changed your life and where you see yourself going with this company and the lives that you're going to impact because of it. So this is important. You have to say it in a quick way, no word vomit, and still reach their heart. So that requires practice, right? It's not easy. So we want to do a practice session tonight, a round table, and I want to be able to feel like I know every single one of you that is brave enough to share with us your why tonight. I want to feel like I feel your heart and feel your soul and know exactly why you're doing this. And I also want to have that urge to join your team. So 3 to 5 points of your why, 90 seconds or less. Who's raising their hand to go first? Just unmute yourself. Whoever would like to go first.
Okay. This is Kelly. I'm going to get it over with.
Yeah. Thanks,
okay.
girl.
All right. Number 1, Rachel, I loved your 7-minute and 22-second long why. I think that's perfect. That's kind of the way I roll.
Sorry, I'll mute myself.
No. Okay. So I remember, Dana, when you asked me ages ago, what's your why? Kristen Tinker was actually the one that said, what's your why? And I was like, what do you mean why? And she goes, why do you want to do this business? I said, I don't. And I purely went into this because, and so here's my why. I started with these products because, yes, I felt fat. Yes, there was a 20-year high school reunion to go to. And no, I didn't like what had become of me. After I started, dropping a bunch of weight, like 30 pounds in 3 months was awesome. But I have multiple sclerosis. And with that comes brain fog. With it comes really deep, deep fatigue. With it comes just such, tired. And I know Purium's not here to cure problems, but what it gave to me, life, energy, to drop 6 pounds, like 5-pound bags worth of potato to lug around with me everywhere was life-giving. So I wanted to share that with the world. Over time, I realized it's bringing me money. So I looked at my kids at the beginning, and I have a kid playing piano and banjo and lacrosse and doing these things, and clubs cost money. And I have 3 bright-eyed, bright kids saying, I want to do X, Y, Z. And I had to pick which kid could do a club, and it broke my heart. And I said, never again. I want to shower my children with as many opportunities as possible. And so kept working. And then here I got to go take my husband and spend time with my husband in Puerto Rico because of this. So we got to run away from our 3 bright, awesome children and go spend time together without any of them, which I highly recommend. And so the more I've been able to do this and share this gift of health with people, my why, yes, I love the income why, but the impact on people's health is just, it's life-changing over and over and over again.
Girlfriend, good job. You nailed it. You completely nailed it. Like, you made every single one of us want to put your child in band or whatever. Like, that was great. I love that. That's so true. Every mom that can't afford to give them their child an opportunity for music or art or a sport Like, I totally get that. That's what tugs on your heartstrings. Good job. That was really good, Kelly.
Thank you.
And I loved how you wove in the health benefits, then the income benefits, and then the time with hubby too, you know, because that's a lot of people would love a vacation with their spouse, you know.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
So I think, you know, there's everybody I talk to has a health problem. So, I mean, that's not hard to address. And I always say, I know we're not here to cure, but ... And, you know, I don't know. So, okay. Who's next?
You nailed it. I don't know who's going to want to go after that, man. Good job. Okay. Who's next, guys? That was fabulous, Kelly.
I'll go.
Yay, Jen. Hey, girl.
I just don't know that I can follow that, though.
You'll do good.
Jen, that's after like 2.5 years of doing the 7-minute and 22-second why. So a lot of practice. Okay, go.
That's encouraging. Okay. So I just joined the company, and really I wasn't even looking for this, even though I was looking for it. So when Tara and I talk about my why, it always comes back to, I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I'm one of the lucky ones that I already am at home with my kids and I'm spending time with them. And the people that know me know that. So it always comes back, though, to be able to give back more to my children and to feel like I am actively participating in the finances of our family. And also creating that legacy for my family and helping them to understand. I have 3 girls, that girl power is more than just talking about it. Girl power is being able to be a mom and also be productive in society and have your own income and create a life for yourself. And personally, I loved the way that I felt and looked after my cleanse. I love the way that I feel continuing with my products. My energy is through the roof, and people see that. So when they talk to me, they say, we love the way you look. What are you doing? So that's part of my why, to encourage other people to want to make a change in their life. And that's been a big pusher for me. So then I guess being a great example to my 3 girls so that they understand what true woman power is. And then allowing other women that are out there that maybe are tired or depressed or sad to see that there's a way out, and it is true nutrition. That's it.
That was fabulous, Jen. Good job, girl. I love it because we're being as being an entrepreneur, we're being an amazing example to our kids, right? And Rachel talks about how she thought she was a black sheep because of her entrepreneur spirit. She didn't realize what it was. My parents, I grew up with them saying, you're never going to work for anyone else. You're always going to own your own business, without a doubt. I mean, I worked at the mall when I was 15. I worked, at a place in the food court when I was 15 for a year. And then I worked at American Eagle during college. And then after college, there was like, let me go and check if I could work at another doctor's office as an acupuncturist and they'll hire me. There was no way. You're opening your own clinic, obviously. You're going to work for yourself. There's no way you're ever going to work for anyone else. So that was ingrained in me, since I was little. And so you're teaching your kids the exact same lessons. And I love that. And honestly, a lot of people don't realize how much fun we have. Like, we do have a lot of fun. We have a really fun tribe. We have an amazing company. And honestly, just wait until you go to Rise Convention in August. Like, we really get down. Furium peeps know how to have fun. So the cool thing is you get to marry, that exciting, awesome, life, being on the mission and making an impact in lives and teaching, being an amazing example for your kids and contributing, to the finances of your family. And you're really rocking your business, Jen. So we're really proud of you. That was awesome, girl. Claps all around. Hurrah. Good job, girl. You're amazing. All right. Who would like to go next?
I'm going to try to do this.
Good, Leslie. You got this.
Nervous too. And I do relate to the black sheep because I always felt that I was the black sheep in my family as well, with Rachel there. I just want to start with my journey, kind of, because I'm not really sure how to do this. I feel like I'm in a different category. I started my health journey several years ago, probably 20 years ago, when I was looking at doing herbs and herbology. Didn't get into the business, but I worked for a man that I worked in his shop and had to learn about it. So I really enjoyed it, knew that I was passionate about that, passionate about helping people get well with whatever you were doing. Fast forward to a couple of years ago, I was at my job, and I have a couple of things, health issues also, Kelly, just like you. I have Hashimoto's and a couple of other things, and I was at a really stressful, toxic environment in my job, and I crashed my adrenals. And I had contacted the guy before to send me the product, and the products made me feel good, really quick. 3 weeks later, I was at least able to walk around and not be so drained of fatigue. And 6 months later, I was actually feeling much better. So I love the products, love what they've done. But my main emphasis is I'm in retirement age. I'm not young. I have grandchildren. So the retirement thing for me, I was a single parent all my life with my kids, and I really didn't do a lot with that. So I'm looking for retirement and stability, as well as being able to give back to my kids and grandkids. So that to me is where I am. It's a little different.
Good. I love it. Yeah, because everyone, no matter who you talk to, they're going to be in a different stage in their life, but they'll be able to recognize. Like, I have some people on my team that all they care about is their retirement. And that's awesome because, not everyone saves in a 401k like traditional. And even if they do, it's often not enough. And you really need to recognize that setting yourself up is the best thing you could ever do for you and for your family. So
right.
Thank you, girl, creating a legacy. I love that. Good. And you were short and sweet too.
Well,
you hit all the main points, but you did it really good and short, and you got all the main points. So I love that. Good job, Leslie.
Thank you so much.
Good. Okay, guys, who would like to go next? I'm loving the ones that have gone already, and I'm loving that they're keeping them under 90 seconds.
I'll go.
You want to come, Katie? Good.
Sorry, I'm taking a break from snow shoveling. We're getting like a huge storm up here. So, but it's kind of funny because I was really struggling with finding my why. It was really not, I didn't feel like it was good or emotional enough. So I recently actually just had an aha moment. So I was actually assigned a task at work to create a welcome packet for people that are coming to work for the business that I work at up here. And part of it is putting together this whole packet of things there is to do in the Northwoods and really fun things to do while you're up here and living here. And I'm sitting there looking at all of it, and I realized I don't get to do any of that. I never do any of the fun things up here, and it's because I'm always working. So it really just kind of gave me that aha moment that, like, I live in a really beautiful place and I get to do nothing. And worse, the big, huge thing is my family doesn't get to do it. So it made me realize that I'm doing something wrong, that I need to do something better to be able to experience those really wonderful things. And so, it's like I'm sitting here and I'm working with Purium, and I'm like, there's something really huge here that I can make a big change in my life and my family's life. And it's cool because I came to Purium as a customer. I didn't come with the intention of starting a business. And I lost 80 pounds, and it's been great, and I'm still going. But there's something bigger there. And I started looking at the people that I'm surrounded with in Purium and how amazing and accomplished and how real people are actually being successful with this business. And so it made me really realize that there's something great here, that it'll help me be the person that I want to be, and it gives me that vehicle to do it. So that's my why.
Awesome. Good job, girl. 80 pounds. Wow. You rock. That's fabulous. Proud of you. That's amazing, girl. That was really awesome. Good job, Katie. We're proud of you. Thanks for being a part of the team. You're amazing. Awesome. Okay, good, guys. These stories are amazing. So you're recognizing that people are, you're reaching the heart level, right? When you tug on someone's heartstrings and when they feel a pain point and when they see themselves in that situation, and it's one or two of the points that you say, and then they start thinking about their own, pain points of what they would like to change, what they don't like about their job, or what they're not happy about with the lack of amount of time with their family or whatever it is. So you definitely have, that story is what's going to open that up. And that's what purpose-driven prospecting is all about. So when you're looking for brand partners, you're looking for people that are wanting to change and that are motivated in that way. So who would like to go next? 90 seconds or less. Tell us your why.
I'll try it out.
Awesome, Alex. I was hoping you would go.
All right. So I'm nervous, but I'll do this. So I'll start with a little backstory. So I graduated college in 2016, and going into my senior year, I knew I wanted to start my own basketball training business and like do the entrepreneur route, but I had no idea what network marketing was. Didn't know anything about like personal development, anything like that, anything about nutrition, anything. So I really started to do my research, learning how important nutrition was, learning how messed up like Americans' nutrition was, and like I was like, wow, I really need to incorporate this with basketball training. Like I can't just train kids and not teach your parents how important this is. So I guess my health part of the why is, personally, I want to be a product of the product. I want to like not only be able to educate the parents, but show them like, hey, this is what you can do. This is what your kids can do if they start to learn this stuff. And really just overall, not just kids, inspire people to like take action on their health now rather than waiting till something serious happens. Like I know too many people that like something happens in their family and then like, oh, what do I got to do, rather than preventing it from happening. And then financially, just growing up, like my mom, my sister, myself, my whole family always like struggled financially. My mom still struggles. My sister still struggles. So I really want to be able to take pressure off them. And then just being young, being a millennial, and like seeing so many of my friends like struggling in jobs they don't want to do, just living for the weekends. I want to like inspire people in that way to show them that there's another way.
I love it. Yay, Alex. Good job. So you're an entrepreneur. You've got it in your heart. You've got it in your blood. And you see the opportunity. And you realize that hard work creating the momentum is going to be completely worth it because you know there's a need for it. You're young and spunky and, probably really good with your iPhone, like every other millennial. So why not you? Someone's going to do it. We're going to have the youngest crown. Hey, I'm tired of being the youngest crown. So I need someone to step up.
I'm coming for
younger than me. Come for the title. That's awesome, Alex. Proud of you.
Thank you.
All right. That was good, man. I like that. I didn't even realize you had a basketball business. That's really cool. Good for you. All right. Who would like to go next? We heard from the millennial. We heard from a whole lot of people with a lot of cool health things going on that would definitely tug on someone's heartstrings. We're hearing from all the moms that wanted more time. So who else would like to go next?
I'm going to go.
Awesome, Sylvie. Yay.
I just finished writing my why, after I finished watching Bob Heilig's, all his videos. And
good.
I've been working on it for like a week, and today I just finally, I don't know, it just kind of got to me and I sat down and started writing it. So
good. So 90 seconds or less. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go, Sylvie. You've got this.
I'm gonna read it, okay? So I don't have it memorized yet. So here it is. I was always very passionate about helping others, and I always worked very hard at every job I ever had, but felt overworked but underpaid. I felt like someone else dictates how my day looks like. I felt frustrated by not being able to enjoy things in life that I like the most. So I felt like I was not in charge of my own life. After spending years in the financial industry, my true passion was always in well-being and a healthy lifestyle. Especially after my 2 boys were born, it became my priority to give them the best start in life, to provide the best nutrition possible, and be there for them. After I decided to turn this passion into my business and become certified as a health coach to help others, my mission and my life felt finally fulfilled. Looking for the best products that I can recommend to my clients, I was introduced to this amazing opportunity. It allows me to create a residual income and give me more time freedom. So part of my mission is to empower other women that feel stuck and unfulfilled and give them the vehicle to financial and time freedom so they can focus on what is the most important to them. That's it.
So what I love about you, Sylvie, is that you are so good at selling products. You are, everyone that's on this Zoom needs to understand Sylvie's gotten to like 4K club like a million times already.
Once.
She's super good at selling products. But what we're trying to do is do that shift, right? That mind shift on helping her to become a launch pack machine. If she could sell launch packs the way she sells 40-day packs, she would be crowned in less than a year. And that's just the truth. So more gift cards means more leverage, which means more residual income. So Sylvie's got it in her. So we're realizing that the way that she talks about nutrition, because that's her passion, if we can shift that into her talking about the profession and the residual income opportunity and help people, you know, that want to pay off their debt and that want to get time freedom with their family, she'd be a launch pack selling machine just the same way she does her customer franchise that she's building. So that was powerful, Sylvie. So what I want, this is just what my my challenge is to you, is practice in front of a mirror, practice with a girlfriend, practice, you know, with Tara and or me if you want to. Send me some voice messages, you know, and just practice over voice text. Because the more you hone into that, the more it kind of becomes a part of you, the more you'll do without even thinking about it, right?
Well, like I said, I just finished it like 3 hours ago, you know? And I had like 10 different papers and I was putting it together and I'm like, does it even make sense?
I love it. I love that you're taking it serious and you're recognizing, because network marketing is new to you. It's new to a lot of us. Yeah. I even feel like a newbie. You know what I mean? I haven't been in network marketing that long. And so I feel,
what about me? 3 months? It's like, you know, it's totally new. It's like
I know, it's totally new and you're doing so fabulous. So focus on, you know, hey, how was your holiday season with the extra income you got from Purium, you know, or what were you able to accomplish with that? You know, did it take off the financial stress? Did it help you to feel less, you know, anxiety to be able to pay the bills? That type of stuff is what really reaches people, because you really have been rocking it with selling products. So I know you're getting some big weekly checks. So that would be, you know, I mean, an extra $600 in that weekly check is really going to help you pay off some bills. So yeah, so I think you're just rocking it, girl. I'm proud of you.
So any suggestions you have from what I said, or make it shorter or make it something else? I mean,
I thought it was pretty short. I think that, do you have any suggestions, Rachel?
I would just keep practicing it in the mirror. Just keep practicing it.
But like the base, what I wrote, does it sound okay?
Perfect, because it came from you and it's authentic, you know?
Okay.
So just the more and more you practice it, the more and more it'll just roll off your tongue. But it's perfect because it's you and it's authentic.
And one thing that I did, Sylvie, when I first started, I sounded like, not like a slimy used car salesman. I sounded like a robot. Like I was terrible at it. I know I was. And what I did to help me, because mirrors are nice, but kids are distracting, I would put my phone in the car and I'd kind of sit it there and I would just put it on, you know, self-record a video of myself while I was driving. And I would say like 4 or 5 times. And then when I got to my destination, I'd watch them like, oh my God, this is terrible. I'm lucky my baby sister was a famous actor on soap opera stars, stuff like that. And I finally was like, okay, I'm ready. Help. Will you help me? She's like, sure, baby. Come on, give it to me. And I was like, okay, I am a robot. And here is my passion. And she was like, stop. No, no. So having someone to bounce that off of, even if it's your own video, it was very helpful for me.
Okay.
So, I don't know though.
Yeah, I think just practice and recognize to put more emotions, because as a health coach, and for me being a holistic doctor, one thing I struggled with that I know you do too is we know so much about each of the products. We know the health benefits. We know, the nutritional content. We know the quality. So a lot of times what I would do is I'd focus on why the products were so awesome. And I didn't focus enough on my emotions and what it did to change my life. So what I would get is a whole lot of people buying power shakes and not enough people buying platinum packs with gift cards to share, to add that extra income that can be life-changing. So put some emotion in there, and put some emotion on how the transformation makes you feel, and how it's made you feel. So just the same, Bob Heilig talks about it too, putting those emotions, putting that heart in there, and people recognizing why. Because when they see why, then they're going to really join you, link arms, and really be there for the long haul. Because then their heart's involved, right? So you rock, Sylvie. So proud of you, girl.
Thanks.
Good job, girl. High five. All right. You guys are doing so good. Okay, good. Carmela, you next, girl?
Yes, I'll go. Can you hear me okay? I'll put it up. Hang on.
Oh, you're muted, girl.
Here we go. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Yeah? All right. Okay, so my why. Have you ever felt like you didn't live up to your own potential? I suffer with that every single day because I literally have a legacy from my family that is so high. The bar is super high. And they've done so much and sacrificed so much and had succeeded in so much. And I'm surrounded by successful people. And so it led me into opening up my own wellness center for 7 years. I've worked with top artists like Alicia Keys. I've had songs on the dance chart. When I had this amazing family, it's all proving myself that this is worthy. This is what I'm supposed to do. This is my legacy, right? I started studying acupuncture and herbology, and when I was raising this family. But keeping up with myself, I really didn't focus so much on like finances. You think that was like something that's a part of this all, but it's almost like I needed to prove to myself that I could do these other things, but then I wasn't thinking long term in the future. So, and my health suffered. And so I got to a point where, people know me for being healthy, but then I hit a wall. And it was really scary, because if it could happen to me, it could happen to everybody, because I just kept up with the lifestyle. So when I found Purium, it was, after I had been and my hormones were completely imbalanced. I had to lose 30 pounds, and all of a sudden, here it came. And I gave it a shot, and it changed the way, I always loved freedom. So it was really proving myself this freedom is possible if I worked hard enough. If I worked hard on all those other projects, then I could work hard on this and be successful too. And that's really where I believe in anyone who believes in themselves. So.
Good job, girl. Love it, love it, love it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I love that. I didn't know that about you, girl. See, I learned something new. I'm so happy. I had no clue. And so what I felt was a little bit of your struggle, right? I felt the struggle. And so people have to know that we struggled. It wasn't wham, bam, successful. We struggled in life and we found our way, and that's the magic. So I'm proud of you, girl. That's really awesome. And then what happens is at the end of it, your prospect is rooting for you, right? And they end up rooting for themselves. right? Because they deserve better. They deserve freedom. They deserve, if you're going to work hard at something, why not work hard at something worth getting good at, right? So with residual income as the possibility. So awesome job, Carmela. We love you. Good job, girl.
Thank you.
Okay, awesome. I'm loving who's next.
I'm gonna go.
Awesome. Okay, good. We hear you.
Oh, good. The screen keeps me small. That's good. Okay. So let's see. So I was in catering and fine dining restaurant management for years and years. And so I was working like 14-hour days, and hormones were crazy. And I was all puffy, and it was awful. And then I decided that I wanted to change my way, and I decided to go to acupuncture school, which I did. About 10 years ago, I finished. And I did that as a motivation to move out of this kind of machine where I was just working like a crazy person and not feeling myself or my life. And I was like, well, the people that work for me are more important than anything else, so I want to do a healing profession. And so then I built this referral-only, fabulous wellness practice, got really full, and spent an hour with every client. And so I have this ceiling where there's only so many clients I can see, and there's only so many I can handle to see. But I do that because I really get my juice, and I really get jazzed from just empowering people and helping people to see the potential that they didn't see was there. And so I do a lot of like talking in my sessions and all that sort of thing. But I really started to get frustrated because I created this wellness practice where my clients kind of became my boss. And so it was that same sort of thing that, I heard Rachel saying, where it was just like, okay, I've got to show up. I've got to show up on the hour, and I've got to keep doing this. And there's only so much of me to do this. And because I so love that impact and that empowerment, I can only do that so many times a week. And so I found the products, love the products. They actually keep me alive while I'm practicing because I can sit in my chair and do my aminos and my shakes, and it's a miracle. But Purium's amazing because it basically allows me to expand my impact, like on just a massive scale, and the potential to be able to not be married to my practice, so that when I make a list of all the things I want to do in my life, 90% of my time isn't work. And actually the work that this is tremendous because it's connecting and it's doing the essence of what I love about my practice on a really broad scale and serving so many more people. So,
Awesome, girl. I can totally relate to that. And I'm 100% going to do acupuncture on myself as soon as this Zoom is over. So I love that, girl. That's true. Now you can add nutrition, and you can still empower people, and you can lead a large team and have some leverage. Totally. No more cap. No one on this Zoom has a cap on their income anymore. Right. Okay, good. Awesome. Okay, guys, who is next? Great job, girl. That was short, sweet, and really amazing. Courtney, you want to go next?
I'm ready.
Yay!
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so my journey started with a wake-up call regarding my health. I was turning 50. My oldest was leaving for college. My doctor told me I was pre-diabetic. I was depressed, and I just, I needed to lose 10 pounds, and I just did not like who I was at the time. So I decided to get my health back, and I lost 12 pounds and really started focusing on what I was putting into my body, and it made me feel so much better. But I knew there was an emotional component to that too, so I really dove deep into personal development. And what I realized was that throughout my whole life, I had always put others first. And I think moms with kids can often relate to the fact that I have 3 kids, and I put their wants and their needs ahead of mine. And I didn't realize that until they got a little older and started needing me less. They still need me, they always will, but less for the day-to-day kind of, day-to-day necessities. And so it really made me take a look at the fact that I needed to take care of myself emotionally and physically. And I had started doing that with my health and emotionally with my personal development. And as I kind of saw some gradual improvement, I realized that when I put myself first, I had so much more capacity to help others in a totally different way. And so that's what I feel like my true calling is. I love helping people realize that good nutrition can help them live a longer and healthier life. It can, I love contributing financially to the family. We can go on trips and I can feel proud of what I've done, what I've brought to this family. And also I can show my kids that I, you know, as a stay-at-home mom, I can still go back to it later in life and still be a contributing force to make money, help others, and really feel fulfilled by that. And that's really what I want to help other people do is feel that fulfillment that they can by helping others. And it really is a beautiful way to look at life and to really to give back.
That's awesome, girl. Good job. I love that. There's a lot of stay-at-home moms that can relate to that. They want to, you know, just like I feel like Jennifer had this similar story, you know, and I love that. That's great. That's great. Thank you, Courtney. You've been really rocking it. I loved seeing you at GoPro and loved hearing your why, girl. And that was short and sweet and fabulous. So thank you, girl. All right. I'm loving all these stories because I'm getting to know you guys. So we want your prospects not to just see you as someone that's trying to get you into their business. You want them to see you as a person that struggled and that found a way out. And you're offering them a solution. And you're offering them to hold their hand and mentor them and help them change their life. So they have to see you as a real person and feel those emotions behind it. And you want to impact lives and make the world a better place. Awesome. Okay, who would like to go next? We really only have time for a couple more. So if you're thinking that you'd like to do it, now's the time.
I'll go.
Awesome. Okay.
So my why is really twofold. First and foremost, what really aligned me so greatly to Purium is my belief in how strong it is for preventing disease. And my mother died of cancer when I was 12. And so that really left an awareness in me from a very young age about how important it is. So I myself have been living a very holistic, healthy lifestyle since really the age of 15, like since as soon as I was able to really think about these things and very tuned into it. I became vegetarian in 1999. So I've been living this lifestyle and I've been very tuned into these different types of superfoods and things for the body since over 10, 12, 15 years ago. And so I had never encountered a product that just did what Purium does. And so for me, it's like I'm so passionate. Like even if it wasn't an affiliate marketing company, I would be telling everybody anyway, just because it is my passion to help prevent anybody from losing their mother. You know, I think about it that way, or losing their wife, or anything like that. And so that's really what moves me. And then the model of, you know, the financial model that it is, the business model, also really resonates because I used to have a very different lifestyle. I had a lot of influence from a young age to, all from my father about becoming a professional and having a very different lifestyle. And so I studied, you know, at the best universities. I got my economics degree at Stanford and then a master's at Harvard. And I worked for the government and for a long time and for the World Bank. And I had that life where I was making a lot of money, but I didn't feel fulfilled. And so for me, what this model represents is freedom, and it's not work, and combined with saving a life. And so, yeah, that's
Kendrina, girl, I had no clue you went to Stanford and Harvard, and you would rather be a free butterfly saving one person at a time and leading a large, massive team of thousands of people, saving lives and preventing, just like you said, anyone from losing their mother. or from going through what you went through. And so being an entrepreneur, you have a way better opportunity than anyone that works in a corporate job that went to Harvard. So I'm proud of you, girl. Good job. Awesome. I love that. I didn't know that about you. Now I know you so much better. Thanks for sharing. All right. Okay. I think we have maybe time for one more. If anyone would like to close it out, raise your hand.
Are you game for me to go?
Yeah. Oh, good.
Oh.
Yes, for sure.
Hello, my Purium loves. Maeve's learning on how to keep her lives short, so this is great practice for me. Thank you so much. I've been thinking a lot about my why, and my why has evolved around the years. As I was very young, diagnosed with MS, Crohn's disease, fibromyalgia, chronic pain, and even with pseudo seizures. And so at a young age, I learned about health and nutrition, which led a path and a passion and a vow and a purpose to help others as I was learning how this process through my development as a teenager into my 20s, into my 30s, and now going to be rounding the bend to 47, I have been able to be so blessed going through so many hospitals, so many specialists, so many doctors, holistic and not, and some doctors telling me what I could and could not do, and the suffering that I had gone through. And what really resonated and came from my heart and really made my why so much more passionate as now I am more mature, to be able to scream from the mountain and the rooftops to say, you guys don't need to suffer. I have been able to find something so truly amazing that it has helped my life. I have been able to gain sight. I have been able to walk again. I have been able to do things that people and doctors and all sorts of amazing experts didn't even think was possible. And I did it because I was not going to take what they were going to say that was good enough for me, because my quality of life and means so much. And I want people to love themselves and to fight for what they want. And if what their path can help them through nutrition, and when Purium came to me and I was able to take it to another level with superfoods and take my meditation, my yoga practice, my career working at home, going back for my master's, being able to help my family and so many loved ones, it has allowed me to live a life that I didn't even think was possible. And now I'm even truly amazing myself. So I just want to say to you guys, I love you very, very much. And I care truly very, very much. And I have so much to be able to offer and to give, and it all comes from the heart. So love you so very much. And I'm a fighter, and you guys are a warrior, and we will be warrior goddesses together. So mwah, love you guys. That's my why.
Hey, what a good way to close out
Yay, I love
the
that.
rock star accountability Zoom. Good job. Wow. That was fabulous, girl. You are a good speaker. You touched all the points. You gave us all the feels. And you did it with passion, and you did it with confidence, right? Because we could tell someone our why all day long, but if we're timid about it and very nervous as we're doing it, you know, you have to kind of command the room sometimes and really speak from your heart, but you have to speak with confidence because you really, truly believe in it. All right, guys, I'm loving all of these. You guys are amazing. I love that so many of you really worked hard, put a lot of thought into it. And so Rachel and I are so proud of you. Rach, do you want to finish up and talk about our challenge to go along with the 3-way call challenge and the Facebook Live challenge?
So this week, our challenge is to connect with as many people as we can. And at the end of the week, so next Monday, you'll have to, this is an honor system. So whoever has the number, and we use those daily method of operation sheets. So if you guys are keeping track, how many people that you've shared your why with over a full solid week. So we're going to tally up that number. And then we're going to give away a prize. And so it'll be, it's something that diamonds or above are going to recommend that we're going to give to you as a prize. It's a self-development sort of prize. But so who can connect with the most amount of people and share their why for an entire week, and then we'll tally up that number next week, and we'll pick a winner from that. Whoever puts the most out there, whoever talks to the most amount of people and share their why with the most amount of people this week.
Yay! I love that. And the one thing you're going to notice is that every single time you do it, you're going to get better. Every single time you do it, you'll emphasize the main points. You'll notice that they're recognized, you'll feel their heart in it. You'll get a better response from people, whatever it is. You'll start realizing that you were spinning your wheels before, and once it became about emotions is when you're actually going to get some really good success. So we are so proud of you guys. We love you. I love getting to know all of you guys. I'm excited for this challenge. As always, update us in the group, If you told 10 people your why today, let us know it. We want to know. I love all the activity status updates because it really motivates every single one of us. You guys inspire us. So thank you guys for jumping on. Proud of you. This has been another amazing week. I really love this one the most. I think they get better and better every week. So we love you guys. Thanks for being on. Thanks for participating, because you're participating in your own future. You're participating in honing your own skills. And so proud of you guys for showing up, because when you show up, you go up. So have an awesome night. We love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
I'm going to unmute everyone.
Bye.
Okay, guys. Bye. Love you so much.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, guys.
Bye.